Assalamualikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Last class we have studied about the first property of a noun, that is definite and indefinite. Definite and indefinite. Inshallah, in today's class we will be learning the second property of a noun, that is gender. In Arabic, both living and non-living things have got gender. So, both living things and non-living things have got gender. Then, how to identify a feminine and a masculine noun? How to identify a feminine and a masculine noun? First, we will learn about feminine nouns. So, feminine nouns can be identified by three ways. The feminine nouns can be identified by three ways. There are total four ways of identifying a feminine nouns. Coming to the first one, that is natural gender. Okay, the natural gender refers to female person. Natural gender refers to a female person. Female person. For example, let's take an example, Fatimatu and Maryam. If you take Fatimatu and Maryam, the name itself reflects the femininity. Okay, the name itself reflects that they are feminine nouns. Now, if you take mother and sister, okay, mother and sister also a natural feminine genders. So, in Arabic, such feminine nouns are known as muannas haqiqi. Okay, these feminine nouns are known as what? Muannas haqiqi. Now, coming to the second way of identifying feminine nouns. So, a noun ending with a closed ta. Okay, a noun which ends with a closed ta is a feminine noun. Now, examples include jannatun. Okay, if we take a jannatun, So, jannatun, here you can see jannatun, it ends with a closed ta. This is also known as tal marbutatu. Okay, tal marbuta will say it is a closed ta. So, any word which ends with a closed ta, then such nouns are also feminine nouns. So, jannatun, if you take jannatun, is a feminine noun. What is the meaning of jannatun? Jannatun means it is a garden. Now, if you take the second example, ummatun. Okay, if you take ummatun, it also ends with a closed ta, that is tal marbutatu. So, ummatun is also a feminine noun. So, ummatun means a nation. So, such nouns which ends with a closed ta is known as muannas lafzi. Okay, so these nouns which ends with a closed ta is known as muannas lafzi. So, the closed ta in Arabic is known as tal marbutatu. So, the closed ta is known as tal marbutatu, and the open ta in Arabic is known as tal maftuhatu. So, the open ta is known as tal maftuhatu. In Arabic, 90% of these nouns, okay, 90% of the feminine nouns will be having a sign of closed ta at the end of the noun. Okay, 90% of these feminine nouns will be having a closed ta at the end. So what are the other signs by which we can identify a given word is a feminine noun? So if we see other nouns ending with alif and hamza, this is known as alif mamduda. For example, so you can see nouns which ends with alif and hamza, sahraun. So this alif and hamza you can see here. Okay, alif and hamza. So by this also we can identify that a given word is a feminine noun. But there are some exceptions in this. And here nouns ending with alif and ya. Okay, this is known as alif maksura. Okay, for example, if you take uzma, okay, here also this word ends with alif maksura and this ends with alif mamduda. So the nouns which are ending with alif mamduda or the nouns which are ending with alif maksura are also feminine nouns. But these type of nouns compromises a small section with some exceptions. And the third way of identifying a feminine noun is a feminine noun which do not follow a rule. So such nouns are labeled as feminine nouns only by hearing. Just by hear and say these nouns are feminine nouns and they do not follow any particular rule. Like previously we have studied like a natural genders, and second one is a word which ends with ta marbuta. So it do not follow any specific rules. So these feminine nouns are identified without a rule, that is they are identified only by hearing. Only by hearing we can identify that such nouns are feminine nouns. These nouns do not follow a particular sign at the end of the noun. Do not have a sign at the end of the noun. So there are a list of such nouns. We need to memorize these nouns. For example, I will give some examples of these nouns, feminine nouns. So example of these feminine nouns are ad. Now you can see samud, shams, nar, nafs. So these are a list of feminine nouns. We need to memorize these nouns. So in Arabic, such feminine nouns are known as muannas samai. Okay, just by hearing, we will come to know that these nouns are feminine nouns because the Arabs use these words as feminine. So these words are to be considered as feminine. So these feminine nouns are grouped under muannas samai. So these nouns, feminine nouns, are grouped under muannas samai. Okay. Now we will end up with the last way to identify a feminine noun. So the last way to identify feminine nouns are broken plurals. Okay. The first one is broken plurals. For example, abwabun. Broken plurals, that is abwabun. So this abwabun, it also comes under feminine nouns. We will study about this in numbers. That is the third characteristic of a noun, which is numbers. In that we will be studying about what are the broken plurals, what are the solid plurals. As of now, the broken plurals are also grouped under feminine nouns. And the second thing is name. If you take a name of a country or a name of a city or a name of a tribe. Okay, a name of a country, city or tribe. Suppose a name of a country, Misr, a name of a city, Lahore, or a name of a tribe like Quraysh. So all these nouns are also being included under feminine nouns. And the third thing is body parts. Body parts which are in pairs. So these body parts which are in pairs are also grouped under feminine nouns. For example, yadun, ainun. Yadun means two hands, ainun means two eyes. So these words are also grouped under feminine noun. So yadun, These are also body parts which are in pairs. Yadun means 2 hands, and Ainun means 2 eyes. So these are also grouped under feminine nouns. So you can see the last way, that is the broken plurals, abwabun, and the name, country, name of a country, name of a city, name of a tribe. It also included under feminine nouns, and body parts in pairs that are also included under feminine nouns. So these are the 4 ways of identifying a feminine noun. So in short, the feminine nouns can be identified by 4 ways. So the first one is coming as natural gender, natural gender, and the second one is the nouns that are ending with ta marbutatu, that is close to ta, alif mamduda, and alif maksura. So those nouns which are ending with these signs are also feminine nouns. Now the third way of identifying feminine noun is by hearing. They do not follow a particular rule. And the fourth thing is broken plurals, and name of a country or city or name of a tribe. Name of a country, city, or a name of a tribe, also feminine nouns. And the body parts, the body parts which are in pairs are also included under feminine nouns. So once you identify the feminine nouns, and any noun which do not follow these rules are grouped under masculine nouns. So 4 ways of identifying a feminine nouns we came to know. So any word which do not follow this 4 rule is a masculine noun, and the masculine noun in Arabic is known as muzakkar. Okay, so the nouns which do not follow this feminine noun is a masculine noun, and the masculine noun in Arabic is known as muzakkar. Inshallah, in the next class, we will be studying about the third characteristic of a noun, that is numbers. Okay, do subscribe and share with your friends. Ma'as salam.